Before I start, so when I left the house this morning, my wife says, "Why are you dressed casually? Aren't you going to work?" I said, "But I am." And then I looked at the mirror and I realized, oh, shucks, I am dressed casually. But in my defense, there's a disclaimer. So I'm wearing an Aeon t-shirt and I'm wearing Aeon All Stars. Check them out. It's for those who want to see. So it worked perfectly. And again, being in claims, it's also representative of the fact that you can wear your suits, have peace of mind with your PI cover. We go in there and we put our foot in there. We get stuck in. We always casual so that you can wear your suits and your labels and have peace of mind. Now, before I continue, by the way, your introduction is probably longer than my presentation, so please forgive me for that. PI cover, its sole purpose is to give you peace of mind. Professional indemnity insurance by design, and I highlight the word by design, is to protect professionals against claims of negligence or breach of duty made by clients or third parties. Who needs PI? Any professional, any person who specializes in a field, who provides advice or service needs PI cover. It's not an exclusive thing that is out there, up there in the sky. Everyone who provides service, anyone who's a professional needs PI cover. And let me just go back to the definition again. Professional indemnity provides financial protection for professionals against claims for damages or legal costs arising from their professional services or advice. Now, most of the time you might think, no, I don't need to submit a claim. I didn't do anything wrong, but someone is just suing you. It's a spurious claim, a malicious claim. You have legal costs that you need to cover. That's what we are there for. Those legal costs can be quite expensive, regardless of whether you've done anything right or anything wrong. So it's very crucial that you have PI cover. You just submit the claim. They will worry about paying those legal costs. Whether the claim is legitimate or not, we'll make the determination whether the claim is merit or not, and we will pay any legal costs associated with that. Coverage typically covers legal defense costs, compensation payments, and settlements related to claims of professional negligence, errors, omissions, or breach of duty. I've already covered the aspects of who needs PI cover. So the typical process would be you just lodge a claim, you notify us, we have the claim registered, we forward it to the underwriters, the insurers, we assist you with getting all the documentation that is required, because as much as you are professionals, in terms of what the underwriters require, you may be a layman in the field, and it can be very frustrating having to source out documents when you don't even know what it is that they require. And you end up coming to the conclusion that they're just looking for reasons not to pay. We advocate for your claims to be paid at all times, and we assist you. Part of our service is assisting you with obtaining all the information that is required by the insurers and advocating for your claim to have a proper resolution, whether at the end of the day it gets settled, which is obviously the preferred outcome, or if not, it's rejected. If a claim is rejected, it doesn't end there. Normally, the insurers will just rely on technicalities that late notification. But legally, if there was no prejudice on their part, if they would not have acted in any different way had you notified them of that claim as and when it happened, then they have no reasons to reject that claim. So it's part of our service to actually advocate for them to not to look at those loopholes, to say your policy says 30 days notification. If not, we reject. We will push them to a point where we say, have you suffered any prejudice? Would you have acted any better? And our client, as a layperson, say, for instance, in the legal field, is it reasonable for them to have known about this? And you'll be surprised how many claims we overturn simply by using logic and common sense, which, as you know, it's not that common. We know that. And the common types of claims that we have, negligence, that might include you not having seen an email from your client to say, please add on a dependent on my policy. I mean, that can happen. So people, don't judge yourself. This is exactly what your PI cover is for. It covers errors and or omissions. That is exactly why you have PI cover. You don't just conclude that, oh, yes, I didn't do this. You're not in a court of law. You're not being interrogated. This is why you took up the cover. We don't mind what some may call nuisance calls. You'd rather err on the side of caution. We will advise you that this may or may not be a claim. We don't mind dealing with those things. We would rather you err on the side of caution. If you think PI cover, you think anything related to your scope of work, that is what we are there to assist you with. Whether in terms of you seeking advice, in terms of you're afraid that if you give this sort of advice, this might be a claim. Anything that is related to claims, I can smell it from a mile away. I will tell you offhand that, hey, this is a pitfall, this is a potential pitfall. Do not do this, rather do this. So we don't just assist with live or existing claims. We help you navigate the process in terms of preventing potential claims from happening and or mitigating if already a claim is already in place or it's about to occur. We help you with that. Now, the biggest thing at the moment would be in terms of negligence. A lot of insurers, especially when you have motor insurance, there's the car tracker issue. They've introduced this system that they need 2 trackers, a vehicle to have 2 trackers. Now, this leads me to what the 2 speakers have already highlighted, keeping record and the importance of data. I think both speakers have mentioned the importance of that. If you don't have proper records, you have no way of proving that indeed you did send Hloni an email, but the Gmail account rejected. What did you do? Did you call him? Eventually, you will end up being liable, even though you had done your proper duty, but because you did not comply with the requirements, you will find yourself being exposed unnecessarily so. So yes, data important, data, keeping records of data, compliance, those are very important. And yeah, just to highlight the importance of PI again, protection against claims. It obviously gives you financial security. If someone is claiming for 5 million, your business, I don't care how rich you are, you cannot afford to lose that money. Reputational, management, contractual. If you have PI cover, whoever you're dealing with knows that I'm dealing with a professional and everything is above board. But above all, like I said, it gives you peace of mind. We will do the wiring for you. You send your query or any matter involving claims or broker intermediary advice to us, and we handle it for you. What else am I missing? Oh, I've already mentioned this, that We've got countless studies with our clients, particularly those who are associated with Masthead, where a claim was rejected and we've successfully overturned the rejection because whatever the rejection was based on was not material to whether the insurers would have paid the claim or not. We've proven that the quantum would not have changed, the merits would have remained the same, and they would not have done anything different to handle the claim differently. That is part of our integral services that we offer. And yeah, but one thing that we cannot assist you on, if you do not comply with FACA laws, there is nothing that we can help you with. It's like having a motor driver's license, not having a driver's license or drinking and driving, but having a motor car policy. The law is the law. There is nothing that we can assist you with that. So as the previous speakers have highlighted, data is important, compliance even more important, because without that, there is nothing that we can, our hands are tied, there is nothing that we can assist you on if you breach the basic law of the country. And with that, I will close my session. If there's any questions, you're welcome to ask.